Hey all, Curious here. Okay, Worthless Loser 8, not to be confused with Loser No Girl, who you people might otherwise know as ABBA and Variablast, asked me, Variablast, or, well, I'm not, his name, Mr. N, asked me to make a video saying that I should support him in his Nigerian Variablast channel being reinstated. Now, I went and watched Lovey Niggs, who was formerly Blue Senpai, make a video of the same nature. And anyway, sorry. And he or she, I'm sorry, said that the reason she shut the channel down was because Mr. N should stop. When I say Mr. N, I mean Variablast, by the way. Okay, he doesn't go by David anymore, and I'm not saying the N word. I don't care. I'll say nigger, but I'm just not using it as a name. Anyway, she went on about why she closed the channel down and said that Mr. N shouldn't use YouTube as a platform for his crusade. And she said there was 3 types of people who watch Mr. N. And those were the people who fanatically supported him and were delusional. There was people who thought he was a racist and hate him. And, you know, it's funny, but as much as he uses that friggin' N-word, me and him have gotten arguments about friggin' race statism. So, I don't know if he's the racist or not. He even said once that he friggin' he conditions himself to not think of the N-word as racist. Conditions yourself? Really? Wow. I don't want to get into a commentary about friggin' the N-word and everything because I friggin' did like a 30-minute video or 50-minute. I don't know what I was going on about, but I just, I was talking about Reverend Al Sharpton and Don Imus and friggin' Morton Downey Jr. and all kinds of crap. I mean, so eventually I just gave up and friggin' erased it. But anyway, Blue Sense, what was her name? Lovey Niggs, who should blog more, I agree. Did I mention the 3rd type of people? Well, anyway, the 2nd type is the one who hated him. The 3rd type is just there for the spectacle. At this point, I'll be honest. I'm just there for the spectacle. To me, it's just YouTube. And it's a social networking site, but frankly, I want to be entertained. So I ain't shy about it. Because there's no way you can, what he called nigger, and this term meaning to, like, not social network, but, to raise social consciousness. You're not going to do that on a YouTube channel. You're not. You could have a big book deal, and you would friggin' still not raise social consciousness. Not really. Not in the long term. You might make a little blip, But this Russell Lawrence Lee Nigerian stuff isn't going to do it. So I don't believe in his thing. So I'm just there for the spectacle. Mostly, I like the people around him. I do. I like the people who find him interesting more than him himself. And we butted heads so many times about this that, he started calling me a racist, and I just, I told him he was full of shit. And it's just got to a point where I just got tired of freaking arguing with him. And I know I'll never freaking call myself a freaking proud to be a nigger. Because to me, I kept trying to explain it to him that different things have different meanings to different people. Different terms have different meanings to different people. I have some really bad memories about that. And he said, "Were those memories racist?" And I tried to explain to him, I don't know if someone might consider them racist, but I didn't really care because I don't really care about race in either sense. And I don't want to get back on about making the same old video for another freaking 30 minutes, but really, if race is a social construct, then it's a cultural problem. If race is a actual influence on human behavior, then it's a biological issue. So, for both the race realists and the anti-race mainstreamers, the race statists, or either one statist, but for the big anti-discrimination crowd, the pro-diversity crowd, the politically correct crowd, the one we're currently socially mired in, hey, I think to both groups, you either gotta friggin' shit or get off the pot. It has to be one or the other, not both. It can't be freaking, well, for white it's a social construct. For friggin' minorities, it's a social issue. Well, no, that'd be a social construct too. But yet, it's treated in law as not a self-identifying thing. Maybe I have to think about that more. I don't know. Maybe it is all a social construct, but then, it still holds validity because it always seems you can't escape, this supposed prejudice or this social paradigm that we're all supposed to be locked in. In other words, the friggin' culturally destructive minority-majority aspect to race, law, and culture. Why do I say that? Because I don't think it matters the number of people to make up this minority and majority. What matters is there's only 5 ethnicities in the whole world that aren't a minority. And that's Scotch, Irish, French, German, and Welsh. And that's the worst case of reverse discrimination I've ever seen in my damn life. So that makes the friggin' majority-minority paradigm bunk. So I never call myself a friggin' proud to be a nigger because first, I have some hard issues with it politically and personally because freaking I had to deal with a lot of this crap or fallout from that crap, the PC crap, and to a certain extent the anti-PC crap in my personal life because of a bunch of fucking hoodlums in a real society would have been dealt with. And thirdly, if you're gonna call yourself a nigger, you better be able to step up to being a real nigger. You know, different terms for different meanings. You know, a real nigger is something else. Not someone who friggin' runs around with friggin' face paint on going, nigger means human. Yeah, no, no, no. No, you don't always have to be black to be a nigger. But you damn well better have heart to be friggin' calling yourself one. That's for goddamn sure. I don't think you know what the hell you're talking about. You know? Shit. And I can't claim to be one, so in that sense, I could never claim to be one even if I did want to. If you can understand that, but I guess you probably couldn't. And yeah, it brings out a lot of resentment in me. But you know, that's just shit, you know. But that's why I can never really fucker identify as like some white guy. I mean, I'm Caucasian, but I don't know. It's just, you know, I ain't a wannabe and I ain't a friggin' well, I don't know. You know? But friggin' set me off and you might find out. Oh yeah, he's a lot of big talk on the internet. Yeah, I probably am, but you never know with me sometimes. You know? Just, you know, I can get pushed. You know, I've been pushed enough that I might push back. I mean, I might not be shit. You know, I might just fall down, you know, trying to push someone back, but, you know, damn it, man. I might just have a little bit more iron than you think. But that's to nobody and to no one. I don't know. I just don't give a shit anymore. All I care about is friggin', I don't know what. Shit like this, I guess you could say, is something I care about. So I don't know what to say about these channels except I support freedom of speech. I like people that surround Mr. N. And I don't know. But the rest of it, I don't really agree. I think there might be a fourth option that Lovey Niggs should consider for Mr. N. And that's what I've been trying to say, but it's hopeless. You know, and it's choose another path. Start a new channel. Start exploring what the world means to you. Not what your mission is to the world. I mean, that's one thing that always bothered me. I'd see him go out on these friggin' crusades. It's like a friggin' Jehovah's Witness that friggin' devoted so much time to going out and friggin' witnessing to the people about the Lord Jehovah, but just sat around the coffee shop the rest of the time just going, yeah. Where was God in their heart? Where was silent witnessing? Where was the courage of their conviction? Why weren't they living what they were testifying to, it was dead in them. And the same way, I don't want to start in, but in the same way, I have to say it, when Mr. N went out and lived for spreading the Garrity, he didn't really apply any appreciable standards to what it meant to him in his personal life. If the Garrity means human, then where was the humanity? What about all that shit in Jen's videos? What about all that other stuff? You know? Nah. I don't find human with a claw hammer. I mean, sure, nobody's perfect. But if you're going to be a friggin' visionary, if you're going to be a consciousness raiser, then you better friggin' find your better self to do it with. If you're going to walk on water, you better have clean hands. I don't know. It's just, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't seeing that it meant anything beyond a definition change. It was a dead cause. Even if it was a hopeless one. Find a living cause. I don't know if my cause is worth living for. I haven't really freaking embraced my cause. You know, I'm not putting blood and sweat into friggin' things I'm saying. Just as guilty. I don't friggin' practice what I preach. I don't friggin' follow my convictions. You know, it bothers me. Maybe that's why I talk about them. Does it bother you? I admit it. What kind of human being are you? See, and that's unfair. I didn't mean to make this an attack video. Just... Wake up!